Awkward moments are just a part of life. No matter how smooth or confident you are, you'll eventually find yourself in a situation that makes you want to disappear. Whether it's saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, mistaking someone for someone else, or experiencing an embarrassing silence, we've all been there. These moments can be hilarious in hindsight, but at the time, they leave us cringing. Here are the top 10 most awkward moments that happen to everyone at some point. 1. Waving at someone who wasn't waving at you. You see someone in the distance enthusiastically waving in your direction. Naturally, you smile and wave back, only to realize they were waving at someone behind you. Now you either pretend to be stretching or just own the embarrassment while wishing the ground would swallow you whole. How to handle it? Laugh it off. Pretend you were fixing your hair, or confidently keep waving as if you were just exercising your arm. 2. Saying, "You too," at the wrong time. Someone tells you, "Enjoy your meal," and out of habit, you reply, "You too," even though they're clearly not eating. Or worse, when a flight attendant says, "Have a nice flight," and you respond, "You too," as if they're about to hop on the plane with you. How to handle it? A quick, awkward laugh followed by, "Oops, I meant thanks," is usually the best way out. 3. Walking in the wrong direction and having to play it cool. You confidently start walking one way, only to realize you're going the completely wrong direction. Instead of just turning around, you feel the need to pretend you suddenly remembered something important before awkwardly changing course. How to handle it? Pull out your phone and act like you just received an important text, or just own it and turn around like a pro. 4. Holding the door open for someone who's too far away. You're feeling polite, so you hold the door open for someone approaching, only to realize they're still way too far away. Now they either have to awkwardly jog over to you, or you stand there feeling like a statue as they slowly make their way. How to handle it? If they're too far, just pretend you were checking something on the door and walk in. If it's too late, give them an encouraging smile and say, "No rush." 5. Replying to someone who wasn't talking to you. You hear someone say, "How are you?" and you instinctively reply, only to realize they were talking on their phone or addressing someone else. Now you have to pretend you weren't just talking to yourself. How to handle it? Act like you were clearing your throat or checking your voice. If they notice, just laugh and say, "I thought you were talking to me for a second." 6. Getting stuck in a sidewalk shuffle with someone. You're walking towards someone, and you both try to move out of each other's way, but you both go the same direction. Then, you try again, and it happens again. Now you're both locked in an awkward sidewalk dance. How to handle it? Just stop and laugh, it happens to everyone. If you're feeling extra playful, say, "Let's call it a tie." 7. Accidentally liking someone's old social media post. You're deep in someone's social media profile, whether it's an old friend, a crush, or a random person you just found interesting. Then, disaster strikes. You accidentally like a post from 5 years ago. There's no hiding it now. How to handle it? Unlike it immediately and hope they didn't get a notification. If they did, just own it and move on. 8. Mishearing someone and just nodding along. Someone tells you something, but you have no idea what they just said. Instead of asking them to repeat it, you just smile and nod, hoping they didn't just ask you a question. Then, you realize too late that they were waiting for an actual response. How to handle it? Laugh and say, "I totally missed that. Can you repeat it?" Most people won't mind repeating themselves. 9. Talking to someone who already walked away. You're in a conversation, and just as you start saying something, you realize the other person has already walked away. Now you're just standing there, talking to thin air. How to handle it? Pretend you were just thinking out loud and move on like nothing happened. 10. Saying goodbye and then walking in the same direction. You say your goodbyes, maybe even add a little wave, and then realize you're both going the exact same way. Now you have to either make awkward small talk or just walk in silence, pretending this isn't happening. How to handle it? Make a joke out of it. "Well, this is awkward," or just smile and keep walking. Awkward moments are an unavoidable part of life, but they also make for great stories and laughs later on. The best way to handle them? Just embrace the weirdness, laugh it off, and remember that everyone experiences these moments. So next time you walk into an awkward situation, just own it. After all, life would be pretty boring without a few cringeworthy moments.